Well, hello. It's lunchtime or after lunchtime on Tuesday, and took Mother out in her chair, and we went out and picked some of our roses. Aren't they beautiful? Put them in one of the little pink glasses. Those rose bushes are going to have, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of blooms. It's still kind of cool this morning, so I thought let's have a little bit of soup. So I'm just putting a little avocado oil into my pan for right now. And then I'm going to take our diced potatoes that we had the other day, put them in. And our chicken with vegetables, because I've got extra vegetables here. And I set that on my bowl there, so I've got vegetables on the bottom part and on the top part. So I'm just going to put some of this into our pan. That'll make a creamier soup. I had froze that from when I made the pot pie. So I'm going to use that into our soup. And then I'm going to use our vegetables into our soup that we had. And that'll make a pretty good sized pot of soup. It's kind of like an icebox soup. Y'all know what that is. We just clean out the ice box. Really, this is not quite like that, but it's similar. Be a good chicken soup. This is our base right here. Just chicken and vegetables, and slop the corn out. And we'll add water to it. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a can of diced Great Value diced tomatoes. That'll give us some acidity there. We'll just put them in our can. Our pan, P-A-N, pan. And I decided I want some black-eyed peas in it today. So we're going to have that. We just use them with all the Now this is so easy, y'all can do it. Don't say you can't. I've been kind of upset, not perturbed, about little Simply Sarah passing away. Mother and I loved watching her for a long time now. She was so sweet and cared about her followers and things. So just keep her family in her thoughts and prayers, because her husband's not doing really well from what I understand. He's on kind of like a dialysis. So, it's got to be rough. But God bless them. Okay, so now we're going to turn that up a little bit and get us some, I don't know how much water we'll need, but we're going to need some. Get out of the dispenser. I'd say maybe a cup and a half, so we'll see here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and put that. That's probably a cup and a half. I just want that to get in there, and that'll take that thickening, that flour thickener that I had from the pot pie recipe. That will make us a scrumptious soup, because it's got the cream in it, and we've got the chicken in here. That'll make a good chicken soup there. then I think what I'm going to do, I had those noodles that laid out. These ramen noodles, because I love chicken noodle soup. I like this, but these potatoes will cook down. All this will cook down, and then I'm pretty sure I'm going to take these linguine from the Giovanni Rana and add them to it to make it more of a noodle soup. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. I was just showing you that idea for right now. I'm gonna, this has made too much soup like it always does. But you know, I'd rather try to use my stuff than have it just be pitched out or right at the first. You know, I want to use what I can use, and then sometimes I do have, I don't waste, but sometimes I can't use everything, and just like anybody else, I have to pitch it out. But this will cook down good, so let's let that. Let's get us a test spoon, and we'll taste the content of salt. Needs salt. I knew we would, but I always test in the pepper because I don't want to overdo anything. I've got salt and pepper shakers, but it seems like I revert to these cans. Now we'll just let that mix that in good. We'll just sit there and let that. That's going to be a good chicken vegetable soup. You can tell. Now let me rinse my little spoon off, and I'll taste that again with the oh, much better. Now that's starting to heat up good. And it's breaking the thickness apart some, and that's what we want. I'm not going to cook it on high. I'm going to cook it on about a 4.5. Because see, you don't want that to burn, and that will because of that milk product in that. Okay, we're just going to let that sit there and simmer. And oh, I'll show y'all. I just washed and dried it. Look at this big crock pot insert that I got. You know, this is what I keep my flour and cornmeal and all that. I buy these used crock pot inserts. Now this is a big one compared to the other one that I have. And I'm so excited because I've never seen one or found one this big. That I think it was $2. But you cannot beat this for you putting your flour in. Because I needed an extra one. I needed an extra one because, let me move this over. Because here's my green one. And I needed an extra one because I need to clean this out occasionally, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my flour out and I'm going to put in the big new one for right now so I can clean this little green one out. And then that will give me two flour bowls. I've got one for my cornmeal. I've got one for my stone ground. I got one for my regular. I've got one for my self-rising. I've got one for my buttermilk cornmeal. And that's just the way I do it, because boy, you can't beat this. Especially if you're doing like some of them do, which I don't do, making that bird nest and all that stuff. I don't want my hands in it, so I don't do it that way. I've seen it done all my life that way, but I'm not one to do it that way. So now I've got this kind of cleaned up. Now we've got our new flour bowl ready. Plus I like it because it's kind of long in a regular shape, so it sits on the cabinet at the back. And I like that. So I was surprised to get that. Now this is them old pots, and you have to be careful on these pots, because I got the big cannon pot, and then I have this, I call it jelly pot, soup pot, but it's that granite ware, and it's old, but it'll stick, so you just have to kind of slow down and do it that way. Alright, let's get our old cookbook out and see what we can. I want to try something if I can. And today, like I told you, it's cool outside, but it's beautiful. It's literally beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, you know, if I can get Mother out in it, it's got to be quite good. This old 1930s cookbook, I have to hunt for stuff in it because I'm not used to it. Alright, I'm going to see what kind of cornbread we want to make. I want to see what they offer in this cookbook. Well, that's kind of interesting. Kentucky Corn Dodgers. I've never had that. Huh. Cornbread, that's good. Oh, I don't know if I could eat this. It said cornbread with dates. Now, I don't really think I'd like dates in my cornbread. But it might be good. Let's try this cornbread recipe. I've never used it. But I'm looking to see if that's not no corn cakes, and that's what I was wanting, is more of a, oh, it'll work though. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's make our cornbread and our waffle iron today. That'll keep us from having to heat up the kitchen, and then it will keep us from having to have grease on the stove. I'm thinking I might ought to. No, that's going to be some good soup there. I just let it cook. That's all you can do is just let it cook down. Okay. I'm not going to make a whole bunch. Let me get a bowl. And we'll. I thought I had a stand, one of these cookbook stands, you know. I can't find it. I think it got taken or pitched or something. Okay. Let me get my measuring cups. That just doesn't sound like much cornmeal to me. 3/4 cup of cornmeal. That must be an awful small, let me look at the other cookbook while that must be an awful small pan of cornbread. Now I like my cornbread, I'm going to get the new cookbook out, they call it. I've got a lot of recipes stuck in here, but there was, let me see what they say. I've got my standard cornbread recipe deal, but I wanted to try something a little different. Not so sure. Cherry crunch cake, that sounds good. That was in Mother's handwriting, so I guess that's something she came up with. Caramel popcorn balls. Oh, let's see. I don't want no cornmeal mush. Not today, at least. Where is my... I want to see what they offer in this. English muffin. Boy, the hot cross buns, y'all know it'll be time to make those for Easter. I might do that if y'all want to see that. We can make some hot cross buns. I saw those advertised somewhere just recently and they were so expensive. I thought, why? Why are they so expensive? Okay, there's corn fritters. Spoon cornbread. That'd be your fried cornbread. You got muffins. See, this cornbread, they don't put any. Okay, well this might make a little more. Let's try this Better Homes cookbook. I think that's the 1980 one. Pretty sure. They were a little more advanced than 1930. So, we'll get, see, I don't have enough room in this kitchen, y'all. And I don't want to get these cookbooks messed up. But, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Is I've got to, let me get my glasses up. And I'm just going to take out a cup of flour and sift it, and then I can put my book back up here on my right here. So that's what I'll do. Let me get my sifter. I tell you, Billie Jean, now let me get a cup. Get a cup. That's about a cup there. We'll put that in there. Bowl. Okay, we sifted that. That's what it said do. Just sift it. Okay, so we have that now. Now we can move our cookbooks back up. I don't need 1930s. We're not using 1930s, so we're going to use. Let me see when this was made. 19. I don't know. It's on here, but I don't know. Can't read it. 1980s, I think. I'm just guessing. I don't know. Y'all know. Let me get that off my fabulous cutting boards. Okay. Let me get some sugar. Gotta have sugar, 4th cup of sugar. 4th cup of sugar. Oh, these are loud. That's a pure cane sugar. 4th cup of sugar. I might put some more sugar in my ball jar because it's getting low. Low. Let me go ahead and get a cup of cornmeal. Okay. That's not it. There she is. Okay, I found it. It's on the big shelves. It's one of the big pantry shelves. Oh, Lord. I haven't made cornbread in a while, y'all. I think that got my bay leaves in there, but we don't have to move them very far. We'll just give us a cup and put that cup of yellow cornmeal. Well, y'all not gonna believe it. My 1930s cookbook, I knocked, it fell, and it just disintegrated. Oh, that makes me ill. That just makes me so ill. I had taped the back with duct tape, but the front part was fine. It's just so old. The pages are not torn or nothing, it's just this binder. I'll get it fixed. That's what I get from having to be in a small kitchen like this. Okay. Now, let's get 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Pretty sure. Let me get the old ones. I'll do 3 of those because I don't know where my 3/4 is, but that's okay. We'll do 3 1/4, which is, I usually do about a teaspoon. I may do, okay. Now then, we'll get our, let's stir. That's starting to get good and smell good. Oh, it smells really good, y'all. Look at that. That's starting to come together, there. All right. Let's get our baking powder. I can't. Let me go ahead. I had my aluminum free, and we'll put, I think, 3 teaspoons. I think. No, 4 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 teaspoons, and I use my aluminum free gaffing baking powder. Kind of tired today, like I normally am. I called the doctor this morning, my hematologist, and told them, asked them, should I get my blood, therapeutic blood draw, bloodletting, whatever you call it, done, or should I wait? Because I was so exhausted and my heart palpitations have been really, really bad. So she's going to get back with me tomorrow. So let's stir this around. Good. Get that stirred good, because I've told y'all if you don't stir that baking powder in there good, you might as well. You'll have old hard, not hard, you'll have old bitter spots in your cornbread, and somebody will take a bite of it, you take a bite of it and think, my gosh, what is that? Like quinine. Bitter. So I really spoon it. I really mix this with my Now I'm going to get 2 eggs in my milk. Got 2 eggs. Well, they're big. Big eggs. Got my big eggs. Those are some huge eggs for a chicken. And then we'll do a cup of milk. I don't know where the cup is on my little cream pitcher. I've been doing it so long. So we'll put our cup of milk in there. And put that back in the refrigerator. Stir, stir. While we're doing this, we might as well stir. I hope y'all are doing okay today. Mother and I are. She said today she felt really well. She felt a lot better. I said, well, good, Mom. Good. That's good. So I said, well, you want to go outside? And she didn't sound too enthralled with the idea. I said, now come on, Mom. Let's go out. And I'm going to get another wood spoon and I'll just kind of mix my little eggs right there. Just kind of beat them in the... Beat them. Those are some big eggs. I just kind of beat them into my... I'm going to put some shortening in here, but I'm not... I've got shortening and I've got... I'll just probably put my avocado oil in there because I know that I'm not going to... have y'all seen the new shortening? Let me show you. Which I don't use very often. Y'all know I don't use very often. This is the old Crisco. Remember this? And this is the new Crisco. They got a new look. So it's $3.49 at the country store. So I just buy it just to keep on hand. Not that I use very much of it, so y'all don't gripe at me. Because sometimes these old recipes, you have to have a shortening. Just to make it kind of right. So I'm just going to add, it says a half cup of oil, but I'm not going to add no half a cup of oil. That sounds like too much oil to me. So I'm just doing about 1/4. We're going to see. That's why it didn't have as much milk in it. Because they was trying to get you to use that Crisco. And that's fine. That's what people wanted to do. I don't think anybody would now use that much shortening. If they do, though, they might. Everybody has their own way of doing things, or what grandma or mama taught them, or whatever. So I don't say anything's wrong. I get a lot of people tell me I do things wrong, but that's your opinion. I just do the way I know to do it and want to do it, and glad y'all are enthralled enough to tell me I'm doing it wrong. I'm going to even put some, I like the flavor of butter, so I'm going to take some butter and put in mine right now. Right now. So that'll take up some for that oil, or shortening. That'll give us a good buttery flavor with that challenge butter. Somebody said they like the Irish butter, and yeah, I do too, if you can find it. I can't find it very often, and then usually it's so expensive. So I just use the challenge because it's a good, I've been using it a long time. And I like the package. I've always liked the packages of these. They got the old elk on them. I like the packages. I got the unsalted and the salted. Churned fresh daily since 1911. So I think that's a pretty good American track record. I think that's a pretty good track record. I can tell that this pot has got a little stickiness in the bottom, but not much you can do about it. Okay, I'm just mixing this pretty good here. Now, let's let me get my, see, I don't have, I'm gonna have to set this over here and y'all just have to watch me or believe me or whatever, because I can't move the camera. That's the only bad thing. That's the only bad thing, is I've got my waffle iron here, and I don't know how. I guess I can set it, let me move the roses and stuff. Maybe I can set it down right there. That might work. I guess we're gonna try it. I don't know. Oh, make sure I've got it. Oh, this. Well, let me turn it over. That's the way you pull that up. I knew it'd come up some way there. Well, we got a full stove right now. I'm hoping that, yeah, it's getting hot. I think with this Belgian waffle iron, I'll be happy with the cornbread in it. But we'll just have to see. We just have to see. I'm gonna take a little organic coconut, oil, and put that in my little bowl. And I'm gonna use that to wipe my grill, waffle iron, because I like the flavor kind of coconut on my cornbread. I think it gives it kind of an interesting, good flavor. See how that's cooking down now? That probably could have used more tomatoes. Now see, that's coming out more of a porridge and a soup, good soup. It's a thick soup, so kind of a porridge. I don't think we're going to do the noodles in it because I think it's going to be just fine like it is and really good. Now let me get another test spoon here, and I'm going to good, y'all. That's good. I'm going to turn it on down. Still needs a little more salt. Probably the potatoes. You know, I don't know if y'all know this, but when you salt something in your pan, you younger cooks probably don't. And if you get too much salt in something, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be spaghetti sauce, it could be soup, it could be whatever. I always get 3 or 4 potatoes and peel them and just drop the whole potato down in there and let them cook, and they're like a magnet. They'll suck that salt out of your ruined dish, and you'll usually be able to eat it just fine. The potatoes are just kind of like a magnet. So that's what's happened, is I've got these hash brown potatoes in this, and they have sucked up the salt. That's probably what you need to do then, is get you a bite of the potato along with the soup, and then you'll see that it's more salty. So that's why I didn't add a lot of salt, because I think we'll try that here in a little It's going to be fine though. It's going to be good. That's a beautiful soup, y'all. And it's getting glossy. And now if we can get our cornbread to work, we're going to try this. We're just going to brush our give us a, I may have to get something besides this. Well, maybe, let me see. I'll tell you what, I'll just get me a ladle, the old Melmac ladle. And do it that way. Now, I've only used this, remember when I got it, y'all, I've only used it maybe 1 or 2 times, so I'm not sure. We'll let that cook. It might come out full, and we may have to readjust our batter into it. I'll get us a plate. And I'll get us a little napkin. I think there's some oozing out over here, so maybe we probably got enough. If it's oozing out, Billie Jean, we got enough. Yeah, that soup's gonna be good, good, good. So you can see it oozing out over here. You see it oozing out right here. See that? Let's wipe that off. We just wipe that off just a little bit. Be nice if it had spread all the way over. Now this shows it's not ready. It says it'll tell us when it's ready. It will jump up and down and jump out and say, I'm ready, I'm ready. It's just smoking. It smells like good cornbread to cooking. If it'll just continue to be good, we'll be fine, huh? That has a good moisture sensor probably in it, and that's why we'll know if it's done or not. And now it's locked in there, I guess. That's the way it does. Some of you wrote in and said you had this GE. Remember I got this at the pawn shop, brand new. Or maybe used once, even if that, for, I don't remember, wasn't much. Wasn't much at all. I thought that'd be an easy way to do my cornbread today in my waffle iron. I've probably only done that a couple of times in my life, but I have done it. And I don't even remember how it come out, so we'll find out. I'll get my little, oh, it says it's ready. Y'all want to look? Let's look. Oh, I think you have to turn it. Let's turn it back this way. And let's see, how do you do it, Billie Jean? There we go. Okay. Well, now that come out pretty good. Look at there, those little squares. Oh, they're hot. But they're good. Oh, they're hot, they're hot, they're hot, they're hot. Oh goodness, there we go. Okay, let's re-up our little bit of grease here and here. See, I just don't like my waffles that thick. So, That's why I wasn't too excited after I made the waffles that one time, is because I don't like them that thick. Let me get my spoon here and kind of clean that out. Let's see how that. Yeah, these are nice. They're good and crunchy and nice. Let's take a little bite. Good? They're good. I got a piece there, but you didn't get that mess cleaned. Now, I think our soup is done. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. That made a nice looking soup, y'all. See there? Real nice looking. And we've got probably just enough pancake, enough cornbread. Can't get this off of here. Take one utensil to get the oven cleaned off, then you have to clean that one and then do this one. And we might have two when I wipe this down. Might have two more. That would be plenty of. Have to watch that little light on there. That little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Okay, we made the perfect cornbread, so I'll put that on the deal description for you. And then you'll have a different cornbread recipe than what I usually use. This one I like it. I do like it. So if Billie Jean likes it, we like it. Let's see. It'll click. Usually it'll click when it's ready to be ready to take out. I always kind of just keep my stuff mixed so it don't settle while I'm sitting here frying it up. I'll just keep it kind of mixed up. It's hard to see that, but oh, I heard it click, so that means we're done. Pretty sure. I give it a few seconds. Okay. Well, that didn't pop too. I'm still not getting enough in there, but that's all right. We'll eat it, won't we? Y'all can eat some. Be good with butter. Be good with that butter on there. Okay. Probably two more times. Let me see if I'm going to just pour it like this. And we'll see if that gets it. That should spread out there. I'm just kind of careful till I'm just kind of careful there. Now that should be. That might make a hole in them. Not so sure that it will. I've got this all over the place, so nothing new, y'all. When Billie Jean cooks, when I cook, Billie Jean comes in here and throws stuff all over the kitchen. That's some pretty soup. Better get us a bowl so we can get Mother a bowl and she can she won't eat a lot, but she'll eat a good bowl of it, and that's good for us. You know, that's really good for us, is the soup. It's good soup, good vegetable soup. We'll just set it right here. Oh boy, that really went over, y'all. That kind of went over. Let me get my cleanup towel. I put too much in there. I thought I did, but then I thought, well, no, it'll be all right. It'll be all right, and it will. That'll be good for doing one more soupy, and yeah, I'm glad we went ahead and cooked that, because it's kind of cool enough to have a good bowl of hot soup and a glass of iced tea and some cornbread, buttered cornbread. I'll just finish cooking this up here and put my next one in, and then I'll get the video over with. Y'all don't have to listen to me no more. I didn't want to cut it off today because I'm busy doing stuff, and every time I cut it off, y'all know, that's usually when the sound goes off or it gets too concentrated on one area. So I've decided I'm leaving the camera alone, and I'm not going to edit it out because it's just too much trouble, and y'all can fast forward. But if you want to stay in the kitchen with me, you're welcome to do that too. There's not much that goes on here besides taking care of my mama. She had such a good 93rd birthday. Thank y'all for the birthday cards that you sent. I added that address to the main deal, and she was pleasantly surprised, and so was I. She got another one last night, even though it's after her birthday. She said, "These people are so sweet," and I said, "Yes, they are. They are. I love every one of them. Couldn't do it without them." And y'all don't forget to subscribe and do all whatever they tell you to do, because I do. Oh, well, now that's not too terribly bad, but it still could have been. I've been trying. I was trying to. Boy, that's a plate of cornbread, isn't it, y'all? Look at that. Gosh, I do. Y'all going to have to come help me eat this, because that's a lot of cornbread. All right, we'll eat it, won't we? Yeah, we'll eat it. I bet it'd be good with that little bit of coconut oil on there. I always liked it when I put it in my pan and use my coconut oil on there. Now that'll probably go over. That'll probably go over, but we'll be all right. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to just spread that out just a little bit and see if I do that, if it'll help. I bet it does. Can't spread it too good with a wooden spoon because it sucks that cornmeal in there, and then you can't move it too good. Let me get Billie Jean's mess kind of cleaned up here. I don't like a mess. Y'all know I can't stand a mess. Now I did let my nephew that I love so much, I'd let him get in there and mess that kitchen up, and I'd get in there and make Play-Doh with them. Y'all remember making Play-Doh out of flour and stuff, and making all kind of good stuff. I remember all that. Okay, let me get Mother a cover for her tray. Let me get her a little fresh cover for her tray, and then I'll put her soup on there. We'll set that kind of right here, and I'll get her some buttered cornbread. Oh, that butter looks terrible, but I'll tell you, I set it up on the close to the stove, and it decided it was gonna melt. Well, that's okay. It can melt. Now, there's some buttered cornbread. That's about all she'll probably eat. And I'll give her the glass of iced tea, and that's what we're going to have, y'all, is vegetable soup. And, let's call that our waffle cornbread. God bless you, God bless us, God bless the United States, and I wish y'all was here to eat with us. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Have a good rest of your week.